Let's get to the speaker's hypothesis. All right? Shall we go to the hypothesis? This is called the Duke's hypothesis. And after all of these observations, after what he has observed, what is this Duke's hypothesis? He says this. She, who is she? She is the Duchess. She had a heart. She had a heart. And then he stopped. Look at the three dots. Look at the three dots. She had a heart. Then he says, he pauses. And then he says, how shall I say? كيف أوصفه؟ امتلكت قلبا لكن كيف أوصفه؟ Too soon made glad. Too easily impressed. This is also part of the hypothesis. The Duchess' heart was too soon made happy. It's easy to be happy. It's easily made happy and too easily impressed. Anybody can have her impressed. Anybody can produce something impressive for her. What does the word impressive means? Impressive. The heart of the lady is easy or easily impressive. Alright? تعجب بأي شيء. أي شيء يستطيع أن يلفت انتباهها وأن يثير إعجابها. طيب هل هذه نقطة في صالح المرأة أم ضدها؟ ضدها متأكدين؟ ليش؟ يعني it's clear that she is young. صح ولا لا؟ It's clear that the Duchess was young. لأنه عادة الناس الصغار أي شيء يثير إعجابهم. أي لفتة، أي كلمة، أي موضوع أو صفة. It's easy that makes her impressed and happy. That is the speech. That's the Duke's problem with the Duchess. What is the Duchess' problem? She had a heart. She had a heart which is too soon made glad. طيب ايش نسمي السؤال هذا؟ How shall I say? How shall I say? Speaker is trying to find the best expressions, the most accurate words to describe the Duchess' heart. بيحاول يصف الكلمات المناسبة التي تتلائم مع وصف قلب زوجته السابقة. فبدأ يتوقف كذا ويعني how shall I say؟ كيف أقول؟ Well, her heart was too soon made glad. Is this something positive or negative? Is this positive? No. يعني لما يكون عندك شخص زميلة أو صديقة أي شيء ما تعطيها تعجب به. أي شيء تقولي لها she is always lighten up. They lighten up. Oh, thank you, and she starts to flare up. Is this bad or negative? There are people in our world who are hard to impress. إيش ما تسوي له ما يملي عينه. أنت معي؟ إيش ما تقدم له هدية ما في إلا هذه عندك. Something good, oh come on, that sucks. Are you following? Now there are people in our world. It could be friends, it could be parents, it could be grandpa, grandma, it could be uncles, it could be classmates, it could be a teacher. Right? Anything you produce, come on, this is not up to the mark. But there are other types of people who are easily impressed. They jump of laughter and happiness once you do something or say something to them, right? They immediately take it side. Well, this could be fine on our rights. يعني it could be alright, such a lady who is easily made glad and happy upon saying or hearing something or being gifted to something. Such a girl like this, well, it could be fine in our world. But such a lady is not acceptable in a royal court. على البلاط الملكي، البلاط الأميري، امرأة كهذه لا يمكن أن تكون إيش يا أخوات؟ مقبولة، صح ولا لا؟ يقولون لازم يكون إيش؟ ثقيل شوية، صح ولا لا؟ صح ولا لا؟ يعني أميرة يقال لها كلمة مو تبدأ تتنطط بالفرحة. You're a duchess, you're a princess. You cannot do that. You're not Cinderella. You're not Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, right? You're a princess. Everybody is looking at you. Everybody can hear you, right? So you got to be a bit steady, huh? All right? A bit steady and, strict. Not just someone who is usually lighten up or flare up just because somebody said you are beautiful or this is a gift for you. Now, if your door is open, please shut the door. لأنه ماذا سوف نقوله لن يعجب كثير من الفتيات اللي برا يسمعون ويصارخون. Please shut the door. Is the door shut? من وين الصوت جاي؟ من عندكم؟ من برا؟ والله بدأوا يتفاعلون مع القصيدة. طيب نكمل. The speaker says she had a heart and then he paused. Here the speaker paused. ممكن نقول كذا؟ The speaker or the duke. The duke paused here. The duke paused here. ممكن نقول كذا ولا نخليها في footnote أحسن؟ أظن في footnote أحسن. معليش نخليها في footnote أحسن. Footnote معناها go down to the bottom of the page. Here the duke paused to find or to search for the best description. The best description or the best words, the best words for his hypothesis. The best word for his hypothesis. He's trying to phrase out his hypothesis. بدأ يبحث عن كلمة مناسبة والواضح أنه the Duke is so much precautious. This indicates how much precautious is precautions. No. Precautious. I don't know why it refuses to do so. How much precautious is the Duke in his formal statements? This is supposed to be precautious. Yes. Precautious. All right. I'll take this. If you give me options, precautious. All right. I'll take this. Okay. Here. The speaker is so much precautious. هذا يشير إلى أن الأمير يعني حريص حذر. إيش معنى precautious؟ حذر. إيش معنى precautious يا أخوات؟ discreet or discretious. Is discretious. نفس الشيء. Discretious معناها حذر. He is discretious about what? About how much? Yeah, we don't need this word, alright? We don't need this word. خلينا نقول فقط precautious. ايش معنى precautious قلنا؟ حذر. يعني الشخص هذا أو الأمير هذا يزن كلامه قبل أن يقول. He's precautious. فبيحاول إنه يبحث عن إيش يا أخوات؟ The best word he can describe or phrase out the formal statements of his hypothesis. You following? Do you still listen? Do you need this footnote, or you're going to copy that from the YouTube? All right, you copy that from YouTube. Now the speaker goes on after he phrases out his hypothesis. He starts to explain, elucidates. He starts to illustrate. Now, more illustrations. Now, he's for more illustrations. What do I mean by more illustrations? Means توضيحات أخرى. Why is this line in here? Yeah. Here, the speaker starts to give more illustrations. No. More illustrations. Copy, and then I have to paste it over here. Illustrations. What do I mean by illustrations? معناها توضيحات. معناها ايش يا اخوات؟ وكيف الواحد يوضح فكرته يا اخوات؟ الا بايش؟ الا بالامثله. يعني for examples. Are you following? Now the speaker in this part is giving us more and more examples. Today we're going to study the examples. Are you following? Here, all of these lines are further examples that what? That attests to his hypothesis, that testifies his hypothesis, that prove his hypothesis. He's giving us more and more examples. Now, who is listening to his monologue? Who is listening to his speech? Someone is listening. We still have to identify that listener. You following me? We are not yet concerned with his identity yet. We are not yet concerned with his identity. But we have to put it off until we reach to the end of the poem. But now we'll have to go deeper into the examples that the speaker is exemplifying. He's giving us more examples that proves his hypothesis. Let's go on. She liked. Now, the first example. She liked whatever she looked on, and her looks went everywhere. She liked whatever she looked on. Everything she looked on is something she liked. She appreciates the beauty of everything she looks. Everything she looks at is always appreciated. You following? And the problem, her looks went everywhere. She looks at everywhere, and as a result, she appreciates everything she looks at. Now, is this favorable or disfavorable on the level of royal life? على مستوى الحياة الملكية, on the level of a Duchess life. Is this favorable or disfavorable? We'll see, all right? Do not make your final judgments now. Let's see. So this is the speaker's, or this is the Duke's illustrations. And at the same time, these are his complaints. He is illustrating by giving us further and further examples and complaints. ايش معنى complaints? Complaints, شكاوي. هذه شكاوي يا أخوات. قاعد يشكينا. يشكي من؟ يشكي المستمع. Who is the listener? We don't know yet. But these are also what? Complaints. ايش معنى قلنا complaints? شكاوي. قاعد يشتكي. شكاوى أو شكاوي. إيش الشكوى الأولى يا أخوات؟ هذه الشكوى الأولى. What is it? My last Duchess likes everything she looked on, and her looks went everywhere. In other words, everywhere she looks at, she always falls in love with. Everything she looks at, she is immediately appreciated with. She is immediately thankful to. Everything she looks at, she immediately appreciates it. You following me? طيب sir. طيب هذه ما زالت الشكوى. هذه الشكوى. طيب ما هو المثال؟ مثل ايش يعني؟ Sir, it was all one. It was all one. Sir, here we've got an apostrophe. Can you look at the apostrophe here? Can you see that? Can you see that apostrophe? What does it mean? What does it show? What does it indicate? Here he wants to say it. But instead of saying I, right? Can you see that? I. Instead of saying I, he dropped the letter I and replaces it with an apostrophe. I think you know why. You know why? Why did he have to drop letters? Why did the poet had to drop letters? Right? It's a very substantial part of the word. But why did he have to drop it? Well, the answer is the speaker or the poet, the poet has to keep the rhythmical pattern of the line. In order to keep the rhythmical pattern of the line. لازم عشان ايش؟ يحتفظ بايش يا اخوات؟ يحتفظ بالبحر الشعري للبيت الشعري. احتفاظ بالبحر الشعري. You following me? طيب نواصل ولا كيف؟ ولا غدا؟ غدا؟ الله المستعان. لسه باقي. طيب sir, he now is addressing the listener. Sir, it was all one. What does all refer to? Listen to me. The word all does not refer back to anything. The word all refers forward to all of these things. كل ما سيأتي ذكره, everything I'm going to say for her meant the same. All one. One means here the same. كل ما سيأتي ذكره بالنسبة لها كان نفس الشيء متشابه. طيب ماذا سيذكر لنا؟ The following examples. The following examples. What are these examples? Let's see. What do you think the speaker wants to refer to? The speaker just wants to prove how much the lady is sort of like having a heart which is easily impressed. Easily impressed. Anyone can draw her attention. Anyone can make her jump in flaring up comments. Anyone can make her jump in laughter and amazement. You following me? All right, let's go on. My favor at her breast. My favor at her breast. The dropping of the daylight in the west. The bough of cherries some officious fool broke in the orchard for her the white mule. She rode with round the terrace all, and each would draw from her alike the approving speech, or blush at least. She thanked men good, but thanked somehow, I know but how, I know not how, as if she ranked my gift of a 900 years old name with anybody's gift who stood to blame. نصل إلى هنا في أخوات. يعني نقف إلى هنا. نقف إلى هنا. خلاص نروح نتغدى. No. My favor at her breast. What is favorite? What would a duke put on the breast of his duchess? What would the duke put of a favorable thing on her duchess? Huh? Huh? Usually, what do rich people wear? What do rich women wear on their chests, on their breasts, على صدورهن؟ النساء الثريات الأميرات, what would they wear in their chest? Of course, gold, jewelry, right? They would wear jewelry, like, gold. They would wear pearls, expensive diamonds, right? Pearls. Do you like pearls? Do you love pearls? What are pearls? What are pearls? You just keep say yes. يعني سلكوا علي. What are pearls? What are pearls? Yeah, these are the word. This is the word. Pearls, gold, silver, diamonds. Huh? What are pearls? معناها لؤلؤ, alright? لؤلؤ. Gold, معروف معنى gold. مشهور عندكم هذا هنا. صح ولا مو مشهور؟ طيب. So, diamonds, مشهور عندكم هنا؟ ما أظنها مشهور. Diamonds, الألماس, مشهور? Well, okay. So, usually, duchess, or let's say royal family, royal women would usually wear, gold, something which is of a high value and expensive, very much expensive. The speaker says, my favorite at her breast. أفضل ما يمكن أن أضعه من حلي عليها. طيب هذه نقطة, هذا شيء. هو إيش قال؟ all one. طيب my favorite at her breast. طيب واحدة. the dropping of the daylight in the west. بسيطة هذه, مين يستطيع يترجم لي إياها؟ the dropping of the daylight in the west means, what does it mean here? كلمتين أخرى يعني بطريقة أخرى يعني means the sun set. It means what? It means the sunset. اللي معناها اللي معناها الغروب. اللي معناها يا أخوات الغروب. The dropping معناها سقوط, ذبول. Daylight ضوء النهار. In the west في الغرب. إذا متى يذبل الضوء, ضوء النهار في الغرب؟ عندما يأتي إيش؟ عندما يأتي الغروب. طيب بالنسبة له الكاتب يقول, أو عفوا المتكلم, the speaker in his monologue is saying the best of the best gold and jewelry for her is the same as the beauty of the sunset. هل يستويان مثلا؟ سؤال, هل يستويان مثلا؟ جمال المجوهرات وجمال الغروب بالنسبة لقلب الفتاة the same? No. من الأفضل؟ من الأغلى؟ من الأثرى؟ The gold. عندما يقول شخص يعني look at the gold, look at the sunset for the lady, for my last duchess, for the duchess, the duchess would react the same. هذا ما يريد أن يقوله. The duchess would react the same way. She would be impressed the same way. She would appreciate the beauty the same way. She would be happy and be glad with the both of them the same way. Is this fair? Is this fair? فهمنا? Is this fair? No, that's not fair. يعني بالنسبة للأميرة إن رأت الغروب وجماله تأثرت بنفس الطريقة التي تتأثر بها عندما يهديها زوجها الأمير حليا غالية. يعني تعرفوا الحلي الأمراء غير حلي الناس اللي هم العامة. for her my favor at her breast. The best jewelry he can gift her is equal in reaction طبعا to the dropping of the daylight in the west. Now, do you think the Duke has got a problem with this? Yes. The bough of the cherries, some officious fool broke in the orchard for her. الجملة الثانية أو المثال الآخر. The bough. What's a bough? What's a bough, sisters? The bough, sort of like branch. Branch. bough. غصن. bough معناها غصن. The bough of cherries. غصن إيش؟ غصن. The cherries. Do you love cherries? I think you put cherries on cheesecake. Do you love cherries in cheesecakes? اليوم راح أجوعكم موت جوع قبل لا توصلون للمحاضرة الأخيرة. Cherries, what are cherries? ها؟ يلا يا بنات, all of you are kitchen ladies. مش معقول ما تعرفون cheesecake. Cherries, what are cherries? أخيرا الحمد لله. Yes, cherries are something we put on cheesecake. Usually they are, very sweet. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So, the boughs of cherries. The bough of cherries. غصن ايش يا اخوات؟ غصن كرز. Some officious fool broke in the orchard for her. A bough of cherries that some famous crazy man, يعني famous idiot. Fool معناها شخص يعني fool. You know who's a fool? لا مش الفول اللي ناكله يا اخوات. Fool. Who is a fool? Yeah, stupid, the crazy, right? The one who has lost his mind, insane. Any fool, any stupid guy, any crazy man would break in an orchard. Orchard means big garden, right? Big, what is an orchard? بستان. Big ايش? Big garden. اللي معناها ايش يا اخوات؟ Orchard معناها بستان. And a famous fool who has broken in an orchard, الذي اقتحم ودخل بستانا وسرق ايش يا اخوات؟ وسرق a bough of cherries وأعطاه لمن؟ To my last Duchess would have the same reaction as a royal husband who has given her a very valuable jewelry. هذا الفول وهذا الhusband, this fool and that duke receive the same reaction. نفس ردة الفعل. مفهوم الفكرة ولا أعيدها؟ واضحة؟ This last Duchess would react, تنفعل بمرح وبسعادة. تنفعل بنفس الطريقة بنفس المقدار سواء أهداها زوجها واحدة من أثمن القطع المجوهرات التي يمتلكها أو تمتلكها العائلة المالكة، أو أمام من؟ أمام رجل غبي، رجل مش غبي نقول يعني مجنون. فول معناها إنسان، رجل مجنون. اقتحم، broken معناها اقتحم بستانا مليء بالثمار وقطف لها أو كسر لها غصنا من إيش يا أخوات؟ من الكرز. How would the last Duchess react? Differently or the same? According to the Duke, how would the Duchess react to this? The same or different? The same. مكتوب عندكم هنا. It was all one. كل ما سأقوله لاحقا الآن all the same. هدية زوجها وغصن من شخص مجهول مجنون، غصن كذا حتى ما قطفها وحطها على سلة كذا وقرطسها، لا كذا غصن. He just he pulled out a bow and just gives it to her. How would the Duchess react to these two instances, to these two gifts? The same. تتعامل مع هذا الاثنين بنفس الإعجاب، بنفس الفرحة. She would jump of laughter, she would jump of high, she would flare up, she would lighten up, she would flare up. Are you following? Are you following? So, now, do you think the Duke has got an issue? Do you think the Duke has got a problem? طيب. The white mule, آخر مثال تقريبا. The white mule she rode with round the terrace all on each. هنا لآخر شيء. آخر شيء هنا يا أخوات. آخر شيء هنا. آخر شيء هنا. الظاهر من الأطفال يسمعهم يتكلمون يلعبون هنا. عموما. The white mule she rode with round the terrace. The white mule. What's a mule? A mule is an animal. بغل. What's the mule? البغل. If she rides a mule, if somebody gives her a mule to ride, it's like giving her a noble steed, a noble horse. The same. Someone would give her something to ride, like a mule. She would ride around the terrace. ما عندها مشكلة. What's a terrace? What's a terrace? مساكن، تعرفون the terrace؟ مساكن بيوت يعني العامة، ليست مساكن الملوك، يعني ليس القصر. أنت معي؟ It's not the royal palace. It's a group of common terrace. حتى ممكن عمال يسكنون في الترس. صارت اليوم كلمة عامية، تعرفون غرف كذا جنب بعضها. غرف جنب بعضها، إيش يسمونها يا أخوات؟ The terrace. يعني here ممكن كيف أوصفها يعني؟ هنا in the footnote the Duchess would appreciate a free ride on back of a mule around the terrace. Giving her a chance to ride around the terrace on back of a mule would get the same high appreciation that she would get when she gets, for example, a very valuable gift from her husband. بالنسبة لها هدية زوجها الناس اللي جنبها would make her feel equally happy and impressive. Is that clear? Now, is the Duke clear about this? Yes, he has given us enough examples. All and each would draw from her alike the approving speech. That is the problem. This is the problem. This is a complaint. This is the problem. هذه المشكلة. إيش المشكلة? All of these examples mentioned above, all of these illustrations, all of these complaints, all of these examples would draw from her كل ما سبق ذكره من الأمثلة سوف يأخذ منها إيش؟ سوف يستقبل منها all alike وبنفس المقدار وبنفس الطريقة the approving speech. اللي هي إيش معنى approving speech? Would give her the thankful speech. In other words, the Duchess would be equally thankful to all the above mentioned examples. She would not discriminate. She would not give priorities. She would not give standards of discriminating this gift from that gift. all gifts and hence all beauties would draw from her the same thankful speeches, the same way. Every time she's given that, she starts to immediately, jump in happiness. Now, is this a problem? For who? For the father? For a husband? Or for a duke? For a duke, yeah, it's a problem for a duke. That's right. Or إن لم تعطي نفس جمل الإطراء، نفس كلام الإطراء والمدح، إن لم تعطي نفس كلمات الإطراء والمدح والشكر والامتنان، إن لم تعطي هذا، or she would blush. شو معنى blush؟ blush, spot of joy. She would blush, يعني she would feel embarrassed and then she would blush. What would happen to her face? What would happen to her face? Will be red. This is blush. Redness on the cheeks. ايش معنى blush يا اخوات؟ redness on the cheek. احمرار ايش؟ ايوه. Why? Because she felt embarrassed. إن لم أقول إن لم. That's the Duke's speech. If all of these things would not draw the same approving speech, she would at least blush. يعني تخيلوا. She would blush when you show her the dropping daylight of the west. تخيلوا. Just show her the beauty of the sunset. She would blush. Give her a mule to ride. She would blush. A fool in the street would give her some branches of cherries stolen from an orchard. Stolen معناها مسروقة. من وين? From an orchard. This fool will make her what? Blush. Now, is this a problem? It is. Is this a problem for a father, for example? A father, a daughter and a father? No, it's not a problem. A normal husband? No, it's not a problem. It's not a serious problem. It could be a problem, but it's not that serious. But for a duke, are you following? For a duke, for a princess, no, it's a big issue. So at least if she doesn't give the same approving speech, she would blush. Now, who keeps noticing all of these things? Who keeps noticing these things? Who is having these observations? The Duke. لا ما اسمه prince. اسمه ايش? Duke. What's his title? Duke. يعني ذكروا ديوك اللي يصيح جنبكم هنا بالجرحية. Duke. Alright? يعني هو مجموعة ايش؟ يعني عشان نحفظ الكلمة يا اخوات. هو مجموعة ايش؟ مش دجاج. مجموعة ايش؟ Duke. Alright? Clear? Is that now? Can you remember that? Good. So she thanked men. Now he's back to his complaint. The speaker is back to his complaint. شكوى. بس الشكوى فقط يغيرها بطريقة أخرى. بكلمات أخرى. هي نفس الشكوى. بس بكلمات أخرى. She thanked men. كانت تشكر إيش يا أخوات؟ الرجال. Good. She thanked men. Good. No, thanking is good. إنك تشكر الناس is something good. But thanked somehow وبدأ يفكر. بدأ إيش؟ يفكر. She thanked كانت تشكر بطريقة وبدأ يوقف. I know not how. ما أعرف كيف. فيها حاجة غلط. إنما شكر الناس للمعروف الذي يسدونه. Is it good or bad? Good. But the problem is with the method. He doesn't have a problem with his last touches thanking people. No, that's not a problem. That was not an issue. The problem is with how she thanked them. كيف كانت تشكرهم. As if she ranked my gift of a 900 years old name with anybody's gift. That is where the problem lies. Here he says, but thanked somehow, I know not how, يعني ما أعرف كيف, بس إنها كما لو كانت, she would, as if means, what does as if mean? What does the phrase as if mean? As if means كما لو. Are you following? طيب. As if she ranked my gift of a 900 years old name. As if she would equal my gift, which is 900 years old, with anybody's gift. وكأنها في شكرها لطريقة شكرها للناس تساوي هديتي اللي عمرها ايش؟ 900 years old name. هدية تكون ملكية تناقلتها أفراد الأسرة المالكة عبر كم سنة يا أخوات؟ ها شوفوا 900 years. كم عمر الهدية هذه يا أخوات؟ ها 900 سنة. يعني 900 سنة معنى هذه الهدية تناقلتها الأسرة المالكة جيلا عن جيل بعد جيل. فلما أعطيها هذه الهدية she would rank it with anybody's gift. She would just jump and laugh and blush just like when she blushes when a fool gives her a bowl of cherries. Is this fair? Is this fair? Yes or no? Not fair. Why? Because such a gift which is 900 years old would draw a certain amount of appreciation, but anyone's gift would not draw the same amount of appreciation and thankfulness. You are following me? Is that clear? Now, what would you think about the Duchess problem? Is this really a serious problem for the Duke? Is this something which is a feature or a characteristics of a royal woman? Or is the Duke is just aggravating a problem, or let's say having an exaggerative statement of the problem? هل الأمير قاعد يبالغ بالمسألة ولا فعلا هناك مشكلة؟ لا ننسى قلنا لكم الدراماتيك مونولوج اللي أتقنه روبرت براونينج يخاطب الطبيعة البشرية، ما يتكلم عن أحداث وقضايا، لا، إنما يتكلم عن طبيعة النفس البشرية. Do you think the Duke had an issue? Okay, if you had such a friend, would you have an issue with her? If you had such a friend, would you have an issue with her? Would you have a problem? I mean, is this going to be a problem with you? Really? Would it be a problem if she, for example, appreciates your gift the same way she appreciates other friends' gifts? Would this be a problem with you? Maybe. Yeah, some people would say yes, but some others would say, well, I don't care, right? But here, on the royal level, listen up, please listen up. On the royal level, this can be considered a problem. It could be called a shortcoming in the character of the lady. A problem in the character on the lady. Now, this is the full explanations of the problem. Let's get to see it. How does the speaker react to this? How did the Duke handle the problem? كيف تصرف مع ايش يا اخوات؟ كيف تصرف مع هذه المشكلة؟ You following me? Who would stoop to blame this sort of trifling? Now, this in fact gives us a hint. This is called a rhetorical question. This is a rhetorical question. سؤال ايش يا اخوات؟ سؤال استنكاري، ممكن نقول استبعادي، ممكن نقول سؤال يستنكر فيه الكاتب، يعني سؤال ما يحتاج إجابة. ما هو السؤال الاستنكاري يا أخوات؟ What is a rhetorical question? A question that doesn't necessarily need an answer, because everybody knows the answer. Right? السؤال يسموه سؤال استنكاري. We got in the Quran we got a lot of rhetorical questions. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ فهل من مدكر؟ أفي الله شك؟ These are all rhetorical questions, right? Because automatically the answers are comprehended, the answers are assimilated, the answers are indicated in the question. All right? Do we need really to answer the question with such questions? No, we don't need, because we call it rhetorical questions. You following? Now the speaker asked this question in order to represent his attitude or to how he dealt with the problem. What's the problem? He's got a lady who is easy. Let's go up to the hypothesis. What's the problem? He's got a wife who had a heart which is too soon made glad, too easily impressed. That's the hypothesis. That's the problem. هذه الفرضية اللي بنيت على مجموعة ايش يا اخوات؟ مجموعة ملاحظات. طيب ما موقفه؟ كيف حاول انه يتعامل مع المشكلة؟ هل كلمها؟ What would you do? Listen, before we go to the Duke, I'm asking you, sisters. Now, how would you do if you had such a problem with a husband? Listen, a husband who had a heart, who's easily appreciative, easily impressed every time he talks to women. What would you do? A husband who had a heart which is easily impressed, easily thankful, and easily flare up with any women who talks to him. How would you feel with such a husband? Would you use the knife, for example? Would you use a knife? Or would you ask him to have another wife? Well, we had a problem here. I'm just giving some remarks. So normally we've got a problem. The same thing with the husband. When, for example, his wife would jump in happiness and laughter, would equal his gift to anybody's gift, and she would not appreciate his gift in a certain special way, as she does, for example, when her brothers give her a gift, when a friend gives her a gift, when a mother gives her a gift. All these gifts are the same, including her husband's gift. How would the man think? What would you suggest a husband should do? How would you advise this Duke? Would you give him an advice? A piece of advice? Divorce her? Kill her? But he cannot divorce her. You know why? Because he's a Catholic. No, Catholics cannot divorce wives, all right? Catholics never. No, remember, it's Italy, all right? Look up there. Where is Ferrara? Ferrara is in Italy. And in Italy, a man cannot divorce his wife. It's Catholic. It's a Catholic country. All right? And he can kill her. He can cut her up in pieces, but he cannot divorce her. All right? Right. So what would be your solution to that husband? Duke, not husband, sorry. What would be your pieces of advice to that duke? Can he talk to her? Can he talk to her? Can he ask her لو سمحتي يا زوجتي الغالية احترميني أحسن من غيري? Can he say that? well احترمي هداياي الغالية الثمينة أفضل من احترامك لهدية ذلك الخبل اللي جاب لك إياها مسروقة. Can he say that? Can he say that? No, remember, we are... Please, listen. Listen. You're talking about a duke, right? He's not a man. He's not a common man. He's a duke. He's a prince, sort of like a prince, all right? Do you think the prince should have talked to her? Hey, please. If you have comments, please talk to me. If you have comments, please please share it with me. Anything to share with me? Anything to share with me? Well, how would you think that the husband should handle this problem? He's a Catholic. He lives in Italy. طبعا الكاتب روبرت براونينج ذكي. ما جاب لكم السياق من بريطانيا ولا من أمريكا عشان يقول لكم والله let him divorce her. No, the context is in Ferrara. The setting is in Ferrara. It's a Catholic country where no husband can divorce his wife. يعني either to be a good wife or Allah يعينك يعني just handle it. Can he marry another one? Huh? Is he a Muslim to marry another one? He cannot marry that. طبعا هذا النساء طبعا مكيفين في إيطاليا. مكيفات على الموضوع هذا لأنه her husband cannot divorce her. Her husband cannot remarry. ما عندها إلا هذه. يتأقلم ولا يشوف حاله انتهى. You get that? So he cannot marry again because he is not a Muslim. He cannot divorce her because he is not a Protestant. He is not a Puritan. Alright? He's a Catholic. You following? So, what do you think should be followed? How do you think the Duke should handle this problem? Can he talk to her? He says here, who'd stoop to blame this sort of trifling?